Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Today I introduce the IDEA Parity for Outlying Areas Act, which would amend the Individuals with Disabilities Education Act to better support students with disabilities in our smaller U.S. territories and the freely associated states. During my final congressional address to my constituents in Guam, I pledged to sponsor this important legislation for our youngsters and students with disabilities as well as their families. I want to give special recognition to Miss Nadia Pablo, who interned in my office this past summer for her work in developing this legislation with my staff. Ms. Pablo currently attends Virginia Commonwealth University, where she is studying to become an occupational therapist and pursue a rewarding career working with people with disabilities. The IDEA Parity for Outlying Areas Act would ensure that American Samoa, Guam, the Northern Marianas Islands, and the U.S. Virgin Islands, classified as outlying areas by the U.S. Department of Education, receive their fair share of federal funding to serve students with disabilities and their families. The intent of Congress outlined in current federal law is that the U.S. Department of Education set aside a fixed percentage of available federal funding each year for the 4 outlying U.S. territories and the 3 freely associated states in the Pacific. However, the U.S. Department of Education frequently allocates far less than the 1% reserved for the outlying areas under current law. So to fix this, my bill would require the U.S. Department of Education to reserve the full 1% of available IDEA funding each year for the outlying areas, as Congress always intended. This will ensure that special education in American Samoa, Guam, the Northern Marianas Islands, and the U.S. Virgin Islands gets full federal funding. It will also ensure that the U.S. Department of Education provides adequate support for special education in the Federated States of Micronesia, the Republic of the Marshall Islands, and the Republic of Palau, consistent with the compacts of free association between the U.S. and those allied countries. There are some 7,177 students with disabilities in the outlying U.S. territories and the freely associated states, all of whom would benefit under this bill. According to the most recent figures, Guam reported more than 2,020 students with disabilities, including 171 preschoolers with disabilities. Our territorial departments of education are chronically underfunded, and many developmental and learning disabilities simply go undiagnosed. So we desperately need federal support under the IDEA. Instantly and importantly, my bill would also make Guam and the other outlying U.S. territories eligible to receive IDEA funding for preschoolers, children ages 3 to 5 with disabilities. Under current law, American Samoa, Guam, the Northern Marianas Islands, and the U.S. Virgin Islands are not eligible to receive U.S. Department of Education funding for preschoolers with disabilities. Finally, my bill removes a number of antiquated and unnecessary restrictions in current law to allow the U.S. Department of Education to exercise the same flexibility in awarding IDEA funding to the territories as the department may do so under other programs. As a daughter of a school teacher and many members in my field as part of education, and someone involved in special education on Guam over many, many years, the education of our island's youngsters with disabilities is very close to my heart. Students with disabilities in the territories deserve funding less than the full support of their federal government, nothing less. And that is exactly what my bill would provide. While I will be leaving Congress at the end of this year, I'm confident that my colleagues from the other territories will take on my IDEA Parity for Outlying Areas Act in the next Congress. And I look forward to supporting them in that important work in any way that I can. Thank you, Mr. Speaker, and I yield back.
The gentlewoman yields back. The chair recognizes the gentleman from